Hey everybody, Dogbert here. I am creating a new player guide as of March 2022. This will be the first part of it. Who to farm? I think farming is probably the biggest thing you have to plan out for as a new player. I don't think I need to tell you about different game modes. You'll pretty much figure that out anyway if you're playing the game. So let's take a look at this, who I'm talking about. So when you're literally just starting out the game, there's only a few nodes. You're pretty much stuck in the Heroes campaign, so who do you farm? Well, part of what you're getting, you will get the Wave 1 Avengers for free. You get Captain America, you get Thor, you get Hawkeye, and eventually you get Black Widow. She's the last one. You get those four for free through calendars, and just giving you or the shards. And you eventually get Hulk with achievements. It doesn't take that long. So once you like literally just starting the game, the first few characters you're going to farm, you're going to get some more shards for Hawkeye. You want to power him up a little bit more so he's not as squishy. You want to unlock Yondu. Yondu's a villain. You need three villains to get through the unlock the villain campaign. You need some villains for that. You also have Mysterio and Shocker. As you can see here, where they're found. Heroes 2-3 for Mysterio. Heroes 3-9 for Shocker. So he's a little bit later once you get in there. The reason why you want to farm those two, again, they're villains, but they're also Sinister Six Spider-Verse members who help you unlock legendary characters, Invisible Woman and Shuri. They're not as good as they used to be, but you could still find some use for them because you're a newer player, and there's going to be some things later on that you might want them for or need them for. So after you unlock the villains campaign, as you can see here, I put the gold borders right around the characters that are unlocking legendaries. So once you get into that villains campaign, you're going to want to start farming Black Widow. Yes, you get a calendar for her, but if you can get her unlocked earlier, that will give you a little bit more of advantage in your arena. Because not too many people are going to have Black Widow right off the bat. Of course, we can still farm Hawkeye in Heroes 1-9. And of course, we have the Sinister Six members, Mysterio and Shocker, 2-3 and 3-9 heroes. But we also can now get Green Goblin, because eventually you're going to need 5 Sinister Six members. So this will be the third you can get. He's another villain. He can help strengthen your villain team. You also get Crossbones and Elektra for free. You'll get the little events to help unlock them. You want to strengthen up your villains team. And another member, if you have some energy left, is the Merc Lieutenant. He is a minion, but he's quite a good minion. He will help out your villains team going forward into the villains campaigns, and we have some use for him later on as well. So this guide is going to be mostly, this part of the guide, I should mention, is mostly for like the 1 to 70 range. The reason being 1 to 70 is essentially the introduction to this game, and then some other things open up as I'll get into those in different parts. So now we also have the different stores of what you want to buy or go after. The first one up is probably the easiest, the Blitz Store. What you want to do in there is you want to buy Gamora shards until you unlock her. After that, if you're whaling and you want to buy Web Warriors, you can find Spider-Man and Miles in there, fairly easy to get. Otherwise, just open up Blitz Orbs, mainly because you want to get Shang-Chi down there. You want to get him unlocked because he is absolutely insane and does tons and tons of damage, and he will really help you. There's other characters in the Blitz Orb, like Rhino. He's another Sinister Six member, so you get another villain. You can get Luke Cage stars if you already have him. You have Misty Knight, who's a hero for hire. Works with Luke Cage and Shang-Chi. That's a little bit different, a little bit later on. I believe there's Coulson out there, White Tiger's out there. Not necessarily the greatest characters go into the Blitz Orb, but there are some good ones, and Gamora is a key one. The reason why we're going after Gamora is she got a rework. We're coming up onto a year already, but she does some insane damage. And early on, that will really help you out in the arena. She should be one of the first characters you replace somebody else on the Wave 1 Avengers with, just because of the amount of damage she can do. Who that could be, it doesn't matter. You'll figure it out. But she's also a cosmic character, which we'll get into once you are starting to unlock the cosmic, mystic, and nexus modes. you'll need those things as well. She's also a Guardian of the Galaxy, but we're not going to concern ourselves with Star-Lord because he's not very good. So other early node farms you want to consider, the biggest one is on Nexus 4-6. So once you open up the Villains and you get through that a little bit, you open up Nexus campaign, which allows you to use hero or villains. Doesn't matter. One of the ones you want to get to is Nexus 4-6 to get Nebula. Nebula is a very low unlock. You might get her at a premium orb or something. Anything could happen. But you want to get her up, and you want to pair her up with Gamora. When they're paired up, they do assist each other, making a lot of damage. Nebula is also still used in the later game in tech nodes, in later Doom raids, which we are not into yet, obviously. Another character you want to look at, start to farm a little bit. As you can see, I have a gold border on her, is Wasp. She's in Nexus 4-9. The reason why you want to farm Wasp shards, you want to get her up to 5 stars, eventually to get Jubilee. That's a little bit farther down, but if you have extra energy, go for it. Another character you want to farm, like we just mentioned, Jubilee, would be a character on her team in Nexus 5-6, that is Beast. He can also be used to unlock Magneto. Magneto doesn't really matter as much anymore, but he could be doing that. He does double duty like that. He's a very good character. You're going to want him once you get Jubilee, but you can also get him before Jubilee because he does have some viability. Once we get past level 70, we'll get into why you want him. Another character that falls in that category of Beast, a little bit like that, was going to start building our X Factor team on Cosmic 1-6. Is Polaris. This is a bit later legendary unlock, since you need Jubilee with the X Factor to unlock Adam Warlock. That's way down the road, so obviously like Wasp is going to come first. But Polaris is also another okay character, but again, we have some use for her after we get level 70. Also in Cosmic 1-9 is Stature. Stature is a member of the Pimtech team along with Wasp, Ant-Man, Ghost, and Yellowjacket, who help you unlock Jubilee. That's the reason why you want to farm her, get her up to 5 stars eventually. It's a little bit farther out until you can actually get to the last member of Yellowjacket, who's in a farther campaign, which you can't unlock until you get past level 70. But you want to start building up those shards if you have extra energy laying around. Another character, might be a little controversial if you don't know about him, is Taskmaster. He's in Cosmic 2-6. He doesn't unlock a legendary, but he is what is a mercenary, which is probably the most important monthly event called Payday. You get a bunch of gold from it. So that's one reason why you want to get Taskmaster. He's probably the best mercenary out there. The other reason, there will be another reason, once we get past level 70 in the Doom campaign, there's some nodes that we need mercs on, and he's a good option because the other option is like aim characters. We don't really want to build aim characters. They're not good, except for one we have to build. That goes on to what I just said, the other node farm continued. This is the one aim character we're actually going to try to get on. We just want to get her unlocked. She's on Cosmic 2-9, Scientist Supreme, like I said. Later on, we're going to need her in the Doom campaigns along with Mercenaries. To get past that, that's probably the most budget friendly as far as what we want to put gear into to help us unlock them. Also in Mystic 1-9, we have Cable. So Cable does help you unlock Doc Ock, who is still very useful and will be needed for later Dark Dimensions, Dark Dimension like 4. For instance, so it's a bit farther down there. But the other thing with Cable is if you get the Eternals, you're going to want him around to help with some speed bar manipulation. Ms. Marvel out in Mystic 2-6. She has a couple different uses. She's a little bit later legendary unlock. She is an Inhuman, can help you unlock Ebony Maw, but you need to get Black Bolt before that. In order to get Black Bolt, you have to get Asgardians at 5 stars as well. The reason why you want Ms. Marvel, though, she did get a little bit of a rework. That's not the big reason, though, but she is a city hero. That is something we're going to need after we hit level 70 and can unlock Hero 7-1. We're going to need some city heroes for that. And last but not least here is on Mystic 3-6 is Loki. Another good kit character, a bit older character. He's an Asgardian. You'll need him at 5 stars to help unlock Black Bolt eventually. but he can also be used with arena teams to help speed up Mystic characters, which we have a ton of right now. Mystic Controller, I believe, is the characters he speeds up, to be exact. So you'll see some teams like if people have bought the Eternals, which are unfarmable right now. If you're whaling, buy the Eternals and, well, go have fun. We also have the, I forgot to mention, we also have another store here. Probably the next easiest to the farm is the Raid Store. In this store, we're looking, number one, for Baron Zemo. We definitely want to get him unlocked. He's a 100 chart unlock, so it's going to take a little bit of time. If you're buying him directly, he doesn't always show up, of course, because that Raid Store is random. So another option that like I have way down at the bottom is Raid Orbs. If you don't see a character you're looking for, maybe buy a Raid Orb, see if he pops up in there, or he or she, doesn't matter. And if he doesn't, just end it there. If it does, maybe try another one if you had the raid credits for it. The second character is Sharon Carter. She is an incredible character. She is used for a legendary unlock way down the line for Omega Red. That's a whole nother story, but this is a character you'll be using in quite a bit of things. The third one is Cloak. He is also a city hero. He's also a very good standalone character. He gets much better if you pair him up with Dagger. Dagger is not farmable right now, though, but Cloak is the better standalone character. The fourth character here is Killmonger. Killmonger is a Wakandan, so you'll need him eventually for the promo credit event. Can't remember the name of it ever. But he's also a mercenary, so he double dips for the gold event. Eventually, and because of that, he does a lot of different things. You can use him for that. There's some raid nodes in the Greek raids and the Kama raids where you can use Mercs or you need a Wakandan. He's a very good general overall character. He's also a military character if you're talking about the skill military, if you need training materials. Not something you should be really focused on. We'll talk about how to spend your gold every day in another video and how to spend your resources in general. And the fifth and last one that is kind of important is Kitty Pryde. She's not that great of a character, but she's on a very important team right now, the mutant raiding team of the Astonishing Axemen with Jubilee, Beast, Bishop, and Iceman are the other characters on that team. So you do want to kind of look for her. You kind of want to get her shards again to be ready for Jubilee. And then the three characters I have down in this little yellow box are kind of like optional. Maybe a little bit later in your farming if you have nothing else, if you've gotten the other characters unlocked and up to a good star level. Yo-Yo, she's an inhuman. She can be still useful because she does put offense down as long as there's no other protectors on the team. Thor you get for free, but you might want to rank him up to 5 stars to help get you Black Bolt. And Sabretooth can do a ton of damage just on his own, but he's also a part of the Weapon X team for war, which comes at a later time. Once you pair him up with on his team with Omega Red and all that, they are the best war team there is. The Arena Store, the first thing I want to point out is do not buy the Arena Orb. It is horrible. It is a horrible orb. Nothing good in there. Your first priority there is to unlock Phyla-Vell. You can then pair her up into the arena with Nebula and Gamora and have a very good team. The second I actually put right now to get up to 5 stars is Deadpool. He is used for that legendary unlock of Doc Ock as well, along with Cable, Domino, X-23, and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. A little bit later stuff. After him is Shatterstar. He's part of that X Factor team. He is probably the better, one of the better characters on that team, and he can be still used by himself. Again, we want to get him to 5 star. Then we have Mordo, who just got a recent rework. We need to get him up to 5 stars eventually to unlock Phoenix. And he's also part of a decent war team now with the kind of with the Dark Hunters, but he's not really part of it. But he's still a good team, and we're going to need him in the Villains campaign in Villains 7 as well. Which also leads us to Juggernaut, who's also he could be used in that Villains campaign, in 7 campaign, but he can also be used to help unlock Magneto at 5 stars again. So he has some good use there. He's a very good tank, a very good early game character. The one I have the questions mark is Scarlet Witch. We know that something's going to happen with her. We don't know what those things are going to be with the new legendary Pestilence or Morgan Le Fay coming out. And the other characters here you see Heimdall, Crystal, Swarm, Quake, and M'Baku. Heimdall is an Asgardian, so he's used to unlock Black Bolt. Crystal and Quake are Inhumans. They can be used to unlock Empty Maw. Swarm's a member of the Sinister Six. There is another member in there, and that's Vulture, but Swarm is the better of the two options. And M'Baku's a Wakandan. Again, you're going to eventually need him anyway. So those are some of the things, once you have enough arena credits and you gotten some other unlocks done, you might want to go unlock or level up those characters as well. And finally, the War Store. This one is going to be the hardest. I think God of War unlocks at level 50, if I remember right. You can get a whole lot of the currency, so you have to be very careful when you're spending it. Number one priority is Maria Hill. She is an absolutely phenomenal character. Used on the Secret Avengers team, along with Sharon Carter and Captain Sam, Falcon, whatever you want to call him. So she is number one priority. Number two priority is Ghost. Reason being, we need to unlock Ghost, get her up to 5 stars for the Jubilee event, legendary event. You can actually just use Ghost, have a very powerful Ghost, and get through the entire event without leveling any other Pintech characters. The third here is Longshot. He is good only if he's paired up with Shatterstar on that X-Factor team, or on the X-Factor team together with Polaris and multiple Vandals as well as Shatterstar. He is used for the Adam Warlock event, so we definitely want to get him unlocked as well, and eventually up to 5 stars. Bishop we want to get eventually. We do want him unlocked once we get Jubilee. If you have no chance of getting Jubilee anytime soon, you can kind of let him go and move on to X23, who is in the 5th slot, helps unlock Doc Ock. She can do quite a bit of damage, and she can technically be used to unlock Magneto as well. So that's another option if you're getting a good amount of shards for her, maybe out of orbs and stuff. And these are the characters, if something happens where you pull and unlock these characters, immediately build them as high as you can. They are incredibly useful. Maria Hill, like we mentioned in the War Store. The next character is Deathpool. She is a premium orb exclusive, so getting her shards is not going to be exactly easy. You can only get them out of premium orbs. Silver Surfer is in various orbs right now. He might be a slightly older character. I think he's a year old, but he's still an incredibly good character. He's a mystic character. He's the only character in the game that can remove charges. And honestly, when you're going to Dark Dimension 2, you can literally bring just Silver Surfer in, and he can take out all of Dark Dimension 2 by himself, solo. Next up is Emma Frost. She is available out of the Milestone 2 orbs. She has a very long shelf life because she can manipulate speed bar by not manipulate speed bar, but manipulate the enemy team's speed by reducing it automatically by 10%. It has a very good kit, very survivable, has a good survivability rate. She is an excellent character. She is still coming up on 2 years old, and we still use her constantly. Sharon Carter puts out insane damage. It has great kit, can clear buffs, ability block, very useful. Shang-Chi does an absolute ton of damage because he was released bugged, and they never removed the bug, and so he's able to heal, and he wasn't really supposed to. He can reduce Terminator and just puts out tons of damage. And finally, up on the top, the last one is Captain Sam. He's going to have a very long shelf life. He's the protector of the Secret Avengers. He gives out turn meter. He gives out energy, things that make him incredibly valuable for raids and just in general use. Down at the bottom, I have some characters circled in red. The two that you see together are Icarus and Cersei. Now, if you get one or the other, you can definitely still want to build them up pretty good. They're pretty good on their own. But if you get both of them together, well, you just pretty much won the game right now, for now. They'll pretty much destroy anything when they can be paired up, whether it be to any mode, anything, doesn't matter. And the other character there is another premium war exclusive with Deathpool, is called Kestrel. She's a character they decided to make up, and she's insanely good. She has dual tags in that she is both tech and skill, so you use tech and skill gear on her. But she is probably number 1 or number 2 best character in the game, depending on how you want to look at it. If you count Icarus and Cersei together as one character, they would be the best, followed by Kestrel. So those are some of the characters you want to farm up in the early game, about 1 to 70. Remember that the first 1 through 60 levels are going to be very quick. You're going to get into a slowdown between 60 and 70 though. So until next time, everybody, I'll keep making these videos. As you can see, these are going to be a little bit longer. Until next time.